Hey everyone, this is Admiral7 here with another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing an anime I recently got not too long ago, Samurai Champloo. Now, for the sake of fairness of this review, I'm not going to compare it to Cowboy Bebop, because that would be pretty unfair to it. I'm only going to bring up Cowboy Bebop as some examples here and there, but for the most part, this is going to be about Champloo. With that out of the way, let's begin. Okay, so the story of Champloo is about our three characters, Mugen, Jin, and Fu, trying to find the samurai who smells of sunflowers. And at the same time just screw around because there are a lot of standalone episodes in this series that somewhat don't have anything to do with the main story, but at the same time, I'm okay with it because what's important to me when it comes to an anime is not the end game, but the journey to the end game. And the standalone episodes help with that because you get to know the characters more as you go through them. Sure, there may be some episodes here and there that you don't really like, but that's beside the point. Also, as a side note, Champloo has an alternate version of Japan's Edo period, along with some hip-hop. If you don't like hip-hop, you'll probably not like this show, but if you do, you shouldn't have any problems. Even then, the hip-hop isn't that bad. But I'll get to that later. So how about the characters? First off, we're going to start with Fu, the person who essentially started this journey. Now, Fu is a character that gets a lot of hate from people because she's useless, she gets kidnapped a lot, she doesn't really do much to contribute to the plot. And to an extent that is kinda true, but at the same time, she does do her best to contribute, and to me at least, I didn't find her annoying. Hell, I thought she was pretty damn cute. And she's just fun to watch. Now we have Jin, the emotionless samurai. People don't like him either because they don't think he has a lot of emotion, and again, I can kind of see where they're coming from. But if you pay close enough attention, Jin does have a personality, and he's just fun to watch in action. However, that does not compare to the badass and favorite character of the series, Mugen. Mugen is special. I don't really know how to talk about Mugen without going into certain spoilers about his past. However, for what Mugen is, he's a pretty damn good character, and I do not have any issues with him. For the most part, anyway, but yeah. He's also got breakdancing and fighting, so there's that. The supporting and side cast does their job fairly well. I don't like them all that much, but I don't like them at times, but for the most part, I thought they were okay. So overall, decent side cast. Could have been better, but it's okay. So how about that animation? Champloo was made by the former animation studio Mad Globe, and I feel really bad for them because if anyone doesn't know, they went bankrupt not too long ago. So getting Champloo was kind of a homage to them, since I believe this was their second work. I don't really know, but if it is, again, heart goes out to them, and getting this was to pay homage to them. That aside, though, the animation is pretty good. There were a couple of episodes where I thought the budget was what the fuck at times, but overall, the animation, especially in the fight scenes, is pretty damn good. And overall, it's approval worthy of me. So how about the music? Like I've mentioned before, there is hip-hop in this show. And the hip-hop was made by a bunch of hip-hop artists in Japan who, like Arcada said in his review of Champloo, hasn't done anime before or since. And for what they had, the music was good. Opening, take it or leave it for the most part. I thought it was okay, but I don't hate it. The ending, on the other hand, oh man, I love that ending. I really don't know what I truly like about it, whether it's the song or the visuals in the opening, albeit rare visuals, but that aside, music, good. It's somewhat half approval, but I still approve of it. So, now, should you go with this sub or dub? Dub. I don't even need to make it say anything. You should watch this show in the dub. You have some pretty good voice talent with Kari Wahlgren, Kirk Thornton, and Steve Bloom. And this is not, and with the side characters, you also got some other great talent like Johnny M. Bosch, Julia N. Taylor. I hope I pronounced that name right, and if I don't, I apologize. Dan Warren, Michael McConaughey. Again, if I butchered that, I apologize. Yeah, various talent, and they do a pretty damn good job. So overall, watch it in dub. But if you want to watch it sub, go right ahead. Now, do I have any problems with the show? As I mentioned before, some episodes are kind of unnecessary, and they didn't really need to be there. A good example of this being episode 22. That is what I consider the pointless episode of this series. I don't hate it, mind you, but it really had nothing to do with the story, and it did not help with any of the characters. So, overall, if you want to watch it, go ahead, but otherwise, I would skip episode 22, as, again, it doesn't add anything. Also, there are some episodes that are left up to your interpretation of how they happen, where they leave it to where you have to think about how the episode ends. I know for a fact that something like that would turn a lot of people off. Again, I did not have an issue with it too much, but there were times where it kind of bugged me, like episodes 14 and 21. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it personally, but I did have some issues with it. So overall, my main problems with it are how some episodes end, and I really like those episodes, or episode 22. But aside from that, that's really all the problems I have. And if I was to rate this series, overall, despite the problems Champloo still has, I still enjoyed this series, and I would give it a 8 out of 10. Also, and I'd like to say this as well, in my personal opinion, I think this is better than Cowboy Bebop. That's right, I said it. Come at me. Shout out to Real Black Otaku for that line, but yeah, I'm not even kidding. I do consider this to be better than Bebop. Again, just my personal opinion. Alright, so that will essentially end this video. So until then, this has been Anime Wolf 7, and I will see you all next time. Hopefully sooner than just 2 weeks. Anyway, peace.